You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Thunder Road Thursday to you, fine sir.
Thunder Road.
It is a Thunder Road Thursday.
It's a good day to do inside stuff at Thunder Road.
Otherwise, you bring your cables. You need to jumpstart the go-karts.
No, it's a chilly one out there. Holy
I wonder if
cow.
you wanted to, if you rolled in there and said, hey, we we want to use the
If
go-kart.
you wanted to in the winter?
Outside?
I don't know. Probably not
Yeah,
because
I
of wear and
know.
tear.
I'm sure they don't have the
and-
track shoveled or nothing. So.
I wonder. Huh. Interesting. Well,
Dan's thinking of business ideas now.
give it a shot.
Winter go-karts.
Wow. This is exciting. Are you two sitting down?
I
I
am.
am.
All right. It happened to be, it's National Mathematics Day.
Ooh.
Ooh, let the hijinks begin.
I know, right?
Why
Right?
would today be math?
You know what? I did a little research on it, and nothing really added up.
Wow, that was a John joke.
I'm glad I
It
said
was.
that
Good
up
for
for you.
John.
I said, why do I suddenly feel like I need a shower?
You know what? You'll get used to it eventually.
Happy birthday to Cheap Trick guitar slinger Rick Nielsen.
I
All
like
right.
Cheap
I like
Trick.
Rick,
I
and
do
he's got
too.
some great funky guitars,
He
too.
does.
Oh, yeah.
Rick is 74 today.
Nice.
Beaver and Wally's mom, June Cleaver.
Yeah.
Barbara Billingsley.
Barbara Billingsley. Yeah, and really made an impact. Coming out of the whole Leave It to Beaver thing. And then in 1980, showing up in the movie Airplane.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay. Excuse
that's
me,
right.
I speak jive. It's one of the funniest moments in
I
cinematic
love
history
that.
ever.
So, there's Peter Billingsley in A Christmas Story.
Yeah, a whole different deal.
I know. He was related to her briefly by marriage.
Oh, no kid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's...
I Googled it to see.
Well, then it must be true, John.
Her first husband, Glenn Billingsley's cousin, is Peter's father.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you, John.
John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah,
I'll put the Google machine away.
yeah, everything on Wikipedia is true. Twins, Robin and Maurice Gibb, 2/3 of the Bee Gees. born this
2/3 of
day.
the Bee Gees.
2/3 of the Bee Gees. Speaking of which, getting back to Jive Talking, of course, Bee Gees, oh my goodness, tons
Oh,
of
yeah.
monster hits, including Staying Alive, I Started a Joke, More Than a Woman, Night Fever, and, well, one of my favorites, and getting back to Barbara Billingsley, Jive Talking,
Oh, yeah.
1975 classic.
Yeah.
Give you a little taste of that right here and right now.
all right.
I'm ready.
Pow, babies, with all your Jive Talking. You telling me lies? Yeah, Jive Talking. You wear a disguise, Jive Talking. So misunderstood, yeah, Jive Talking. You just ain't no good. Woo.
Woo!
Wow.
We
That
have a
is
dear
something
friend
else.
who was in a Bee Gees cover band for like 3 years, professionally.
A Bee Gees cover
Yeah,
band.
in Australia.
Who even goes there?
Yeah, he was in a Bee Gees cover band that was touring Australia. How crazy is that?
That's right, Mark.
Yeah.
That's right.
He did karaoke and he sang a Bee Gees song, and I'm like, I can see how you did that. You're good,
Boy.
man. Holy cow.
Talk about chick magnets.
Back in the day, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Tight pants, my friend.
Wow. Little taste of history to shut things down here. It was 1882. Holy cow, this must have been kind of fascinating. This day in 82, Thomas Edison creates, shows off the first string of Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet that was
1882.
Yeah.
awesome.
And he's standing there all tangled up, and he goes, oh, one goes out, they all go out.
Can you imagine what a big deal that was? 'Cause
Oh,
there are a
I
lot
bet
of,
it was so cool.
a lot of homes that didn't even have one light bulb in them yet. They're using, whale oil and candles, and he's over there with, I've got the electric light and Christmas lights.
Yeah, how about that?
That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
Amazing. 1958, speaking of Christmassy stuff, the Chipmunks song, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Christmas Don't Be Late, hits #1 on Billboard.
It was cute to start with.
It got old real fast.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that actually on tomorrow's show about
Oh.
Christmas songs people in the Midwest just have had enough of.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
And finally, in 2001, on a more serious note, Richard Reed was a clown's name. Attempts to take down American Airlines Flight 63 by igniting explosives hidden in his shoes.
Thanks, Richard.
That was 2001, so over 20 years later, he's the reason we still take off our shoes
That's
You know
going
what?
through security, which is one of the most ridiculous things ever.
The cool thing, we did, what's that thing called? TSA pre-check?
Yeah, we don't have
We
to
don't have to take off our shoes.
anymore.
I'm clearly no longer a
Because
threat.
apparently you're not a threat if you have $80.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just
pay
pay the
that.
freight. You're good.
Pay that.
Well, here's a skinny in case you're
No
wondering.
longer, suspect.
We'll bring you up to speed on Richard Reed, who I call Dick. 3 life sentences plus 110 years
Oh, wow.
in the ADX Super Maximum Security Federal Prison in Colorado.
Holy
So 3
cow.
life sentences plus 110 years, which tells me today's judicial system is probably out next Wednesday.
Most likely.
So if you see Richard Dick Reed, just smack him with your shoe. Just beat him.
Yeah.
Beat him like a rented mule.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
That's all there is to it. All right. Well, hey, I know, you know, we all know. We just bounce ahead here.
We will do exactly that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
If you're buying gifts this time of year, chances are you're using a card. But is it the right card? At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Some people like the cashback cards. Others like the cards that offer perks and points. And some people find a no-frills credit card to help them build their credit. Whatever works best for you, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Excited to visit with another comedian from Snow Jam Comedy Festival. We have Jeremy Plumb joining us right now. Jeremy, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Freezing, but great.
Yeah, and you're in the Midwest as well, and it's a little chilly where you're located. So when it comes to, the cold part of Snow Jam Comedy Festival, this is nothing new for you, is it?
Absolutely not. The last festival I did was in Michigan in the early spring. It was still freezing then, too.
Yeah, well, and the fun thing about Snow Jam Comedy Festival is I love it when there's somebody from like Miami who they've never even seen snow before, and they're coming here. But I also love having comedians from this area. Now, you live in Omaha right now, is that right?
Yes, I do.
And have you been to Sioux Falls for comedy, or have you been here for anything at all in the past?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been to Bosses a few times, and I've done some small shows. There's a pinball bar done by Skylar Bolts.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, South Dakota's amazing. Love it out there.
Well, and there's a nice comedy scene here for the folks who are interested in stand-up comedy. And if you haven't had a chance yet to get out and enjoy some of that, I hope people will come out and enjoy the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. It's coming up next month, and you're going to be here. So tell us a little bit about Jeremy Plumb comedy. What kind of comedy do we expect from you?
Very quick, very self-deprecating, a lot about my childhood, but a lot of wordplay and just silly goofy at the same time. So sad, but goofy.
I like silly goofy. That's maybe some of my favorite comedy is the stuff that's just sometimes you look at it and go, why didn't I think of that?
My favorite part is sometimes I'm testing out a joke at an open mic and I'll stop for a minute and laugh and go, man, that's real stupid, and just have a good time with it.
Now, a Snow Jam Comedy Festival is coming up January 19th through the 21st next year, which, sounds like it's a long ways away, but we're like sneaking up on less than a month away now.
Yeah.
Do you get out to quite a few comedy festivals?
It's been a minute. The last one I went to was a few years back. I've done a couple of the Omaha Fringe Comedy Festival, or not Fringe Comedy Festival, just Omaha Fringe Art Festivals. I did improv and a comedy, like stand-up there. So I've been to a couple.
That's cool. And it's a little different than going to just a regular comedy show, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, it's definitely. You're going to see the best of the best. The air is electrifying, and everyone there is just kind of giving it their best. And it is like seeing like 94's Lakers, just both teams going at it.
You said everybody's giving their best. The other thing, they're giving their time, because you guys pay your own way to get to Sioux Falls, and you're donating your time because this is a fundraiser for a couple of great local nonprofits. So thank you so much for doing what you guys do to come and be a part of this. And without the comedians, a comedy festival would be kind of boring.
Oh, yeah. And a big shout out to people like Dan Bublitz, who've been working really hard on this for like 8 years and making just a great, stable festival that charities can rely on.
I grew up in the same town as Dan. I've known him since he was a little boy. He looks exactly the same, except he's got a little more hair on his chin now and a little less on the top of his head. Other than that, he looks exactly the same.
That's fair, just upside down a little bit.
Yeah, no, Dan is a great, great dude. I love that guy. And he and many other people who put a lot of time and effort into making Snow Jam Comedy Festival a success. But again, wouldn't be anything without the comics. So thank you for submitting a video, and I'm excited that you were selected, and I'm really excited to see you perform in Sioux Falls.
Oh, I can't wait to meet you, and I hope you guys all enjoy the show.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And folks, you can get your tickets right now. The nice thing is we're talking a little bit before Christmas here. If you'd like to get tickets for Christmas, you can go to snowjamcomedyfest.com, buy some tickets for a friend. And I'm a big fan of experiences for a gift rather than buying people more stuff that they don't need. Having one of them little singing fishes on the wall, I don't think we need one of those. But instead, get me some tickets that make me laugh and go and be a part of the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. And that's something that those memories I get to keep forever and ever and ever. So it's a great opportunity right now to get your tickets early.
Yeah, it's a whole weekend, a whole funny weekend. I would recommend it.
It's coming up January 19th, 20th, and 21st in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Snow Jam Comedy Festival. And again, I want to say thank you to you for joining me right now. I appreciate it a lot, Jeremy, and I hope to see you when you're in town.
Yeah, thank you again for having me, and enjoy the weather.
Absolutely. We're gonna stay inside because it's too cold to be outside. We've got Jeremy Plumb has been our guest. He's a comedian from the Omaha area, and we are very excited to have him and about 29 other comics. There's about 30 comedians. It'll be in Sioux Falls for Snow Jam Comedy Festival, January 19th, 20th, and 21st. All of the details can be found at snowjamcomedyfest.com.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but if you can't be home, at least you can call home. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. If you currently pay more than $15 a month, it's time for a Mintervention at Mintervention.com. You can see the special holiday offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Thunder Road Thursday?
You know, I keep hearing great things about their grill, about their food.
Oh, yeah.
Thunder
yeah,
Road.
I have too. Sadly, I've not tried it, but I have heard
I don't know if you guys have heard
amazing
this
things.
ever, like every Thursday, say, hey, we should go there today. And then Heidi holds her hand up in my face. She's like, I'm not spending any more time with you than I have to.
I don't believe that is true at all.
Wow, what just happened here?
I'm just saying, the sad truth of working with your spouse.
Holy cow.
Jeez.
Well, I have a $25 gift card from Thunder Road for somebody, and it's certainly up to them whether they want to bring their significant other or not. It's really none of my darn business.
Yes.
Congratulations to Teresa Burns this morning.
Teresa, congratulations.
I have $25 to spread around however you like at Thunder Road. Phenomenal establishment. Have a bucket of fun. I like this story, and I found it interesting because it ends differently than most stories that start out as poorly as this one does. We're going down to Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, nice. Hey, we are on a radio in Greenville. 101.5.
Young 20-something man named Melvin went out with his buddies, little Christmas brouhaha. Well, he got all gassed up, all liquored up, got all put in a booze hurt bag, and was going by a restaurant and saw a very nice Santa statue that he liked outside the Benjamin restaurant and grill. Melvin said, you know what? I really like that Santa. So he took it.
Okay.
He snagged Santa, brought Santa home in his altered state of mind.
Oh, what a loser.
Got up in the morning and went, whoops, what is Santa doing in my room?
Haven't we all?
Tied it all together, raced Santa back to the restaurant, found the owner, brought a dozen roses, apologized up and down.
That's nice.
Said,
Wow.
look, I just wasn't thinking. I had too much, and I apologize. And I was like, I will do anything I can to make this right. Any damage that may have been done, I will take care of it.
And then he got thrown in prison for the rest of his life.
As part of the apology, she told him he would have to confess on camera to a local news station, which he was more than happy to do. He said, in fact, I'll do anything I can to make it right. Damages, I'll work for free. I'll literally do anything to resolve this situation the most positive way possible.
Well, that's nice.
Myra Gallo, who owns the joint, said she will not press charges.
Nice.
But is taking Melvin up on his office to help out around the restaurant.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's really cool.
So yeah, a little partying, but then a little
You know, very rarely do you
regret, but retribution.
Yeah, very rarely do you start a story with somebody was so drunk that they don't even remember stealing a Santa.
And then it ends so nicely.
Good. Yeah, it is a nice ending. So
that's what I mean.
Job, Dan.
They normally,
I found that interesting.
Normally don't end that well. Yeah, well, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
Usually, you know, so drunk that you steal a Santa Claus, those usually end very poorly.
Yeah, it's taking the high road thing. The high road oftentimes is the tough road.
Yeah.
You know, my dad didn't say a lot to me. He'd say, "Hey, you."
Yeah.
You know, because he couldn't keep me and my 4 brothers.
Yeah.
Said whatever name. Hey, Bill, what? You know, says, hey, whatever. Always stand up and be counted.
Yeah.
If you're wrong, you're wrong. Stand up and be counted. And he would just drill that. And the times in my life where I've done
fess
that.
up.
Yeah, and it always ends far worse when you're trying to dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. We were one time driving my mother's car and destroyed it, and then we lied about where we destroyed it. And we didn't get into trouble at all for destroying the car because it was an accident, but we got in trouble for lying about it. And I'll never forget that.
That's the thing.
So my dad was like, you're not grounded for getting an accident. It was icy and you hit a pole. That was an accident.
So,
but when you lied to us about it, that was on purpose.
So there you go. Hey, Melvin in Greenville, South Carolina. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Straighten up
What
and
a
fly
guy.
right there, brother.
Yeah.
All right, there you
I'd
go.
party with that guy.
Really?
Now we have 2 reasons to go to Greenville. All right, Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, stay warm. Have a prosperous, blessed rest, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow morning.
All right, I'm going to crank up the heat. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
If you're buying gifts this time of year, chances are you're using a card. But is it the right card? At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Some people like the cashback cards. Others like the cards that offer perks and points. And some people find a no-frills credit card to help them build their credit. Whatever works best for you, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. Equity markets rebounded Wednesday to add about 1.5% to the S&P 500. The driver was better than expected earnings from Nike that have enriched hopes that Q4 earnings reporting season won't be as bad as feared. As it is, the market is expecting about a 2.5% decline in the S&P 500 earnings, and the consensus is falling. The takeaway for investors is that results may be enough to keep the bulls interested and the S&P 500 bobbing sideways within the current range. The big news this week will come out tomorrow with the PCE price index. It's expected to subside on a year-over-year basis at the core level, which is what the market needs to see. If the index confirms expectations, there's a very good chance Santa Claus will bring a rally next week. You could get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com.